Hello and welcome, ya beauties, to League Unlock. Eric and Mark with you guys for the final day of group stage action here at MSI. It's day 5, and yes, the top 3, or at least 3 teams, have already clinched their spot in the knockout round, but leave it to NA to make it come down to that final day. It's just the special.
NA is that friend of yours that you're like, everyone's going on vacation, everyone's all packed the night before, and then wait a minute, everyone's ready to go to the airport. Derek, why are you packing your bag now? Come on, man.
Derek is just a full embodiment of the
Derek's the worst.
disappointment that is North America. And luckily for Liquid, they got to start the day off against SKT, who absolutely destroyed in day 4 with a clean 2-0. Yes, it was against Flash Wolves and Fongvu, the clear 2 weakest teams through the first 4 days, but you know SKT only gets stronger as the tournament goes on. Liquid, they just got to win 1 game, and they're into the knockout rounds. Maybe just knock it out on your first game, and you will be good to go.
Hey, I feel pretty good about this draft when you're looking at Team Liquid's side. You managed to get that Tom Kench, but wait a minute. You ended up, you gave up the Lee Sin, and wait, is that Teddy on Callista too? I don't think this one's going to spell out too well for us here, Eric.
Goodbye, Jensen. It's just another game where Clid gets first blood. Seems to be every game, and yeah, the same game. He literally just runs lane to lane. This is 4 or 5 games we've seen in the group stage where Clid he doesn't even need to farm camps. He's farming champions in these games.
And this becomes kind of a little bit about the question here because, well, we've seen him be amazing on Lee Sin now for like the last 2-3 years. That has been one of his, if not the signature champion that Clid is known for popping off on here, and especially this past year, we have seen him be the most effective on this champion, and right now, SKT using Clid and the perfection that he's given here to pick up another kill, and it makes it 6-2 early game for SKT.
Mechanically, he just plays every single gank perfectly on that Lee Sin. You saw him baiting with ward hops to try and bait a flash out and then landing the Q. Faker's diving in to kill Xmithy. Xmithy, by the way, had a rough early game. He had no ganks pre-6. Clid had 3 ganks that resulted in kills and got a dragon.
And this was a real rough one here for Xmithy, and this has been, so far at least, a rough tournament for Xmithy, not really able to find that presence here, that stabilizing force that he is known for with Team Liquid, and especially into those team fights, getting caught out, and oh no, that's a dead double lift.
For once, it's Core JJ who just leaves double lift and is like, all right, see you later, bud. Good luck. Core JJ ends up going down as well. That's 3 kills over to SKT. Yes, that's going to mean a Baron, especially with the Callista. Impact thought about stealing it with the Summoner Spellbook Smite, but didn't decide to do it. Just another game where Teddy doesn't die on Callista. SKT, this game was not even close.
No,
not even close.
This was full control here from the SKT squad all the way across the board. Objective control, in-lane control here. Everything was in the favor of SKT in this matchup. You know what? If you were looking for a great start from Team Liquid here to get out to a good jump here in the day and make your way to try and get into 4th,
Don't watch this game then.
This was not what you were looking for. This is going to have to be the rebound performance to make sure they're in here.
And they really just kind of rolled over, and they didn't look great at all. There were really no proactive plays. Now they are a solid 1-6 after that 2-0 start. Just what you want to see. They still just need 1 win, though, to clinch that knockout round spot. And the Fongvu Buffalo somehow still alive. Even with just 1 win coming into the final day, they could still get that 4th place spot. They're going up against G2, who they had their lone win against of the entire tournament. And you know these guys like to play some spicy matchups. We got a Morgana, which we haven't seen too much of, only a couple of games. I think she's still great in this meta.
Oh, the Morgana certainly can be incredibly strong here, but hey, it's not going to matter too much because, hey, get that black shield on and then turn it around for that damage. It's not the Morgana doing everything
flash
here.
Forward perks.
It's more so about the G2 mistakes and why that turns around here for Fongvu.
You had Yankos on the Camille. He actually gets a solid gank here, gets a kill on the big Koro, and Mickey survives to tell the tale. They want to go in for a little bit more. That's a nice Zanya's, and you know G2's going to be diving for this one. And watch Perks again. He survives, but then he walks into turret range again.
Oh, why?
Perks! No! He goes down. They do get some kills. All in all, it goes the way of G2 in that fight, and there's Caps completely destroying Big Koro. He had a insane start on that LeBlanca, except here, it's not quite as insane. He goes for the kill on the Morgana, but that is a black shield. Check out this flash from Big Koro. That was clean. He gets the kill, and then again, it's Perkz kind of getting caught out.
Yeah, this is one of those situations here. This whole game has really been about Caps and Perkz. Caps less so than Perkz, but getting caught overextending. And the issue really is that, yeah, Caps, excuse me, at this point was 5-0. Not able to get the damage off. But it didn't matter that he was 5-0 because right here it's Wonder picking up the 5-0 in one single play.
Yeah, that was all his kills. He had no kills coming into that, and then he grabs the pentakill on the rise. An absolutely insane fight. Wonder carries it for them to get G2 right back ahead in this game. And you'd think a pentakill rise should be enough to carry this game, but Perkz again gets caught out. He had some very bad positioning mistakes in this game.
Certainly gets caught out there, not able to be saved by Mickey to get him bailed out on that one. And talk about some great performance in this team fight there. I thought Zeros did an excellent job getting some of that regen in, keeping alive there on the Silas. Big fights, and it leads all the way to Fong Vu saying, let's get Baron, but let's also take out Caps and Mickey here. Time to pick up more kills.
Oh, the flash. What are Caps and Mickey going to do? You have no way to contest that Baron. Why bother being around it? Caps ends up failing the flash.
Woo!
The Baron also goes a nasty prediction there from Pallet on the Morgana. He had an amazing game on that pick. He had some homing missiles on that snare. The Buffalo, they do it again. 2-0 against G2 in the group stage, and that puts a serious dent on G2's hopes and dreams of finishing second.
That is the G2 kryptonite here, Fong Vu Buffalo. They get that first victory, which was, oh man, that was the payback for Worlds 2018 with regards there. This one, it was all fresh. This was the battle to decide it, and Fong Vu says, hey, you guys 2-0'd SKT, we'll 2-0 G2, no problem.
A pentakill and you lose the game. It does happen in competitive games, but it's pretty rare that it actually ends up that way. Wonder and Caps had 12 of G2's 14 kills. It was a tough game for Perkz.
Hey, tough game for Perkz for sure. When you look at down on that bottom side, at the time there, that was the 18th death for that bottom lane there in total at the end of that one there. That is the most out of any of these bottom lanes. They've, of course, delivered some strong performances, delivered some strong damage here. But when you look at what's going on, dying too many times.
Fong Vu stay alive in the hunt for 4th place, and they need Flash Wolves to get a win against IG. And coming up after the break, we have that very highlight, and also we've got a rematch of NA versus EU. A win for Liquid, and they're in to the top 4. Hello friends, and welcome back to League Unlock. Eric and Mark with you guys, running through the final day of group stage action at MSI, and with the Buffalo fresh off their second win against G2. Yes, 2-0 against the boys from EU. Their hopes are alive to finish top 4. They want Flash Wolves to take down IG. That should be easy enough. They're only 8-0 coming into this matchup, so they haven't been that good.
We gotta find an Avenger to be the power for the Flash Wolves. If you already got Mark Ruffalo in the Hulk helping out the Buffalo, you get the 2 out of G2. Gotta find some power here from one of the Avengers.
I think they need all of the Avengers and perhaps Thanos himself to take down IG, because right now they are basically Thanos. Although Flash Wolves have looked a little bit better throughout some of their last games. They actually played decently against IG last time. That is an Ivern for Ning, who's probably the last jungler you would expect to be playing that champion.
Man, we have seen one heck of a MSI here of trash talking coming away from Ning so far, and he's trying to back it up big time here with the Ivern, and that is not the way that IG wanted things to be going early, because oh boy, this is going to be Betty and getting real strong.
Yeah, they almost got 2 kills there, but that is First Blood level 1, and they started that fight for them. You also had this Cassiopeia mid for Rather, and this Nautilus is roaming level 1. Flash hook at level 1. Obviously, you're not going to be expecting that, but look at the Spider-Man moves here out of Xiaoxi in that bottom lane. The early game, Flash Wolves are putting it to IG.
Hey man, they're getting it done. This is exactly what you need to be doing against IG, though. You got to be finding ways to get yourself ahead, because hey, I tell you what, if you're letting yourself go into any of these team fights later on, the bloodthirst that IG has and the skill that they have will take over.
Yeah, and you know, in any of these extended team fights, it's going to be an absolute terror to deal with anyone from IG. They're flanking you from both sides here. Rookie comes in on the Silas and grabs 1. 4-2 now in kills, now 5-3 around this Infernal. And it looks like Flash Wolves, that's the Nautilus ulti that's stealing from Silas. Stolen, not stealing. Big yikes there. But the Flash Wolves turn it around. They know they want this fight. They can win it. The Nico comes in, does grab 1 kill, but it's not going to be enough. Flash Wolves clean this one up.
They finally find the fight here, and of course, you're right. The Nico goes in and looks to get something going, but none of the damage is there to back up behind her, and it is the Flash Wolves taking the fight.
And then it's right around the Baron just outside of it. Another extended fight. Again, it looks like it's going to be IG that takes it. Boogie finishes off Rookie. Jackie Love still alive. Finally does go down. And rather on that Cassiopeia able to clean up this fight. Now it should be Baron. Just the Ivern there to contest and his buddy Daisy. But look out for Daisy. That's a dunk master Daisy putting in work. But it looks like it should be good. Flash Wolves, you're fine, right? Flash Wolves. Flash Wolves.
Stop it. Please turn it off. No
the
more.
Baron goes to the Ivern. It'll grab the double kill. He had him Medjai's right before this fight too, so Ning completely gets a disgusting amount of stacks and the Baron buff. And we know what happens for IG when they win a fight and get a Baron buff.
Oh man, this
Game's over.
This feels so bad because all that work that you do throughout the rest of the game, the vision control, macro, even the mechanical little outplays that you've been making, it's all thrown out the window here because I tell you what, that is one strunk tree who's got a book in his pocket that's dealing a lot of damage, and that is a sad stale there. Doesn't matter what you put them on. Ning said you could put one member out and put a dog on stage for IG and they'd win. They didn't put the dog on stage. They put the tree on stage and they still won.
4-0-9 on the Ivern. They were still down in kills at the end of that game, down 16-14. Flash Wolves, that is the ultimate feels bad, man, to not be able to win that. And the Buffalo are extra upset because now they are eliminated because they lose that head-to-head tiebreaker against Team Liquid. So now the race for 4th is down to just 2 teams. And with NA versus EU on the docket, Liquid versus G2. Last time this didn't go so well for North America. Caps completely destroyed Jensen and the rest of Liquid. But this is your final shot at redemption, North America. 1 win, and you're in to the top 4. And for the rivalry, I mean, who better to come against than EU?
Hey, and this is exactly perfect here because, hey, you know what? This has been a lot of talk about Doublelift getting it done domestically, getting Jensen to this MSI tournament, and it's time for him to repay the due and get him through group stage. And there it is, the
Smithy ganked.
The first blood here coming through in the mid lane for Team Liquid.
Smithy gets a first blood and ganks.
Wait,
and is that 2 ganks?
That's a repeat gank right
2
there.
Early game ganks for Smithy, and Jensen is now rolling in that mid lane to get things started. And then it's another run up to the top lane where it's Wonder going down. Impact on carries, and everyone remember, Impact's actually been the best player on Liquid for the majority of this tournament. And now Jensen caps his diving. Oh, dodges the missile. Yankos does clean up that one, but that is an outplay from Jensen and a questionable dive from Caps.
Yeah, this is certainly something that does need to be looked at a little bit in this performance. You had seen in some of the Fong Vu games where you saw Caps a little bit too aggressive, a little bit too much ahead here. And yes, that is that fine balance because you want to be pushing forward all the time, but putting himself too far ahead, and that outplay does come through finally for Team Liquid.
Diving when you're a level lower than the other mid laner, and a Jarvan solo killing the mid laner.
Okay.
He didn't even go Warriors. That's a Cinder Hulk. Yeah, he had Black Cleaver, but he is 1v1ing the mid laner. Caps 0-5. Did not have a great start or finish, to be honest. Pretty much the exact opposite of last game. This fight, though, it looks like G2 might be able to turn things around. Even though Caps is so far behind, he's still quirky with a couple of items and can put out some insane damage. Core JJ gets caught out a little bit. Caps is going to clean it up. Doublelift is
looking
low.
Good. It's the EU
Double
special.
lift.
Oh!
Flashes the missile. I don't know if that actually would have killed him, but it still looked super cool. Doublelift grabs the double kill. He, by the way, completely smashed Perks and Mickey with Core JJ in that bottom lane. Convincing and clean win from Team Liquid. They take down G2. G2 now lost 3 in a row, and with that, Liquid, North America, they're out of groups. They're going to the knockout round.
Jensen, man of his word, paying his debts here, helping Doublelift and the rest of Team Liquid punch their ticket here onto the semifinals. This is exactly what needed to happen here. The expectations on this roster from Team Liquid especially, given the improvements that we had seen over the last year's version, you knew that, hey, you gotta make some results. You gotta at least make it into groups here. Put some respect on North America. Team Liquid, when the chips were on the table, came through when it mattered most.
Yeah, and I mean, Xmithy basically had 9 games where he struggled and looked like one of the worst junglers at the tournament. But in the very last day of the group stage, he contributes 19 out of 20 kills in that game, is far and away the MVP of that match. So that's all we'll pretend happened. He had 1 great game, and the other 9 don't matter, right?
Hey, there's a lot of stuff that we can look at and work on here for Team Liquid, but certainly strong performance, good bounce back performance, and I do want to give the thumbs up to Caps. Got dumpstered in the first matchup against Jensen. Jensen getting the revenge here this time.
Big bounce back for him. And coming up after the break, the final 2 games of the group stage. IG down to the very last game. Can they go 10-0? Howdy, hooty, and another howdy. Welcome back to League Unlock. Eric and Mark here with the final 2 games of group stage action because there's no tiebreakers. NA avoided that one. Liquid already into the top 4, which means Fongvu versus Flash Wolves, basically for pride in their last matchups of MSI. Yes, there is some seeding implications, and with both of them sitting at 2 and 7, you know, there's a lot of regional pride on the line, and Flash Wolves say, you know what? We better draft a comp that has Yasuo, Evelynn, and Talon.
Come on, man. This is what you're talking about here because there's some definite positives to these type of matches where, yes, the actual result, of course, is not going to matter, but when teams take it like this and give the fans a little bit of a treat here, some fun champions to watch, give it their all, and again, you got to remember, these are champions of their respective regions here. Got to watch the talent. This is still always worth your time.
I'm surprised Fongvu that's a standard meta draft that we've seen at MSI so far. You gotta throw in some spicy picks when you see your opponent drafting Talon, Evelynn, and Yasuo top. You remember, by the way, what Hanabi did on that Yasuo top last year at MSI. He destroyed Kingzone on it. So I like that they're picking some of these crazy picks where you're just fighting not to finish 6th at this point, and this game had some very exciting moments in the early game, and yeah, you might say it was a troll comp, but it was looking pretty good at times, although it looked bad in this dive.
Yeah, this is not the dive to be really thinking about this composition actually working out here, but you are right. It did have its merits at points in times, and of course, when the Flash Wolves were able to pick the fight and get that engagement on the way that you wanted here, the damage and the synergy in this composition actually was there, so it wasn't just all the for fun show here.
But, I mean, this was a fun game, and a lot of the fights around the Baron Pit, by the way, this Evelynn started doing some insane damage. Obviously, you've basically got 3 assassins on this team, right? So you're trying to blow up someone instantly. Evelynn, your only source of AP damage, so yeah, you better be building full damage on it, and that's exactly what Boogie was doing.
Oh man, Boogie was doing that Boogie damage coming on in this matchup here with that Evelynn and getting that assassin through here. You gotta find the picks and then push that pressure through. That's exactly what the Flash Wolves were finding in this one.
Yeah, they grabbed the Baron, and then the fight afterwards, it's the Boogie monster again on that Evelynn coming in. He gets the shutdown, everybody's flashing over.
Holy moly.
That's barely surviving, but you're running into the Evelynn again for the triple kill. That's a clean ace for Flash Wolves. Hanabi's already TP'd into the base. Say what you want about the comp, but it won the game.
I'm gonna flat out say this right away here. This might be a little controversial for you folks.
Here we go.
Right there. The KDA Evelynn Prestige skin, that's the best of the KDA Prestige line there, and that is the reason why the Flash Wolves had so much damage pumping out there, getting that victory over Fongvu.
The hottest take Mark has ever said on this show, that the Prestige Evelynn skin is the best one. I mean, you know, you can argue whichever way, but that was a fun game. I wish Fongvu had picked a more fun comp. They did bow to the crowd, though. They finished 2-8, but 2 wins against G2, so that's something to be proud of. Vietnam, the best emerging region. Final day, or final game of the day. So fitting that it's SKT versus Invictus. Yes, they're already locked into that 1 and 2 seed, but you know that IG wants to go 10-0, SKT wants to deny them that truth, that power, and so they say, you know what, why don't we throw Faker on Rise? I think he's played that champion a couple of times, and look at this, Klid's getting first blood. I can't believe it.
Oh man, it's not on the Lee Sin this time, it is the J4 coming through there, and in this one I want to be talking about, keep your eye on Khan in this matchup. We haven't really been able to see Khan really pop off. And oh my, before that, it's Ning going real deep here. Ning trying to make something happen, and he makes something happen all right and hits his death.
I mean, that was a nice snare flash out from Faker. They do get the trade kill, so IG's probably happy with that. Faker actually got zoned at least a full wave and a half from that one to get set behind in CS early. And then this scrap in the bottom lane. It starts with a 2v2, and everybody's coming in. We got Realm Warps coming, double TPs. That's the shy ulti from the Kennen on Silas that he stole from Khan to grab a kill. It ends up only being Teddy dead somehow with 10 people in the bottom lane.
That's the crazy thing there. You only get that one kill
Bye,
coming
Khan.
through, and whoops. Khan,
That's
you know
a
what
whoops.
When I was saying to keep an eye on Khan, that's not what I was talking about. Not yet. Just keep waiting.
Yeah, Alt-Tab behind that screen when that play happens. SKT grabs the Baron. Faker blocks the Galio Justice Punch with the Realm Warp. We'll say that was intended. Here comes Khan. Keep your eye on that 3-man Kennen ulti. That's another kill for Clid. Grab another one. Triple kill on that Jarvan. He got things really rolling for SKT. Rookie, you're alone under the turret, my man. Balon comes in to try and save him, and somehow Khan survives here with the Ignite, and Faker says, give me the daily double, man.
Yeah, that's a
Fed rise now.
That is looking real good. That is some heavy magic coming through here on the side of SKT, and that magic,
okay, Mata.
It's not over yet here because we're looking for more kills.
Yeah, Mata just goes right into Jackie Love with no flash. And again, it's Balon trying to save a teammate. He just adds another kill. Teddy grabs one. Now SKT on the Baron with a bit of a man advantage. And everybody's piling in here. But Faker is going to kill the Shy pretty much instantly. They stop all DPS on the Baron. Super well played by SKT there. They grab a bunch of kills and the big purple worm for a pretty disgusting gold lead.
Oh yeah, and hey, it is this fight right now. Ning tries to do the engaging, but it gets instantly more or less blown up there, and there's Khan again.
See ya.
Coming through with another big ult from downtown, and the damage keeps flowing through from SKT. This is the fight that they wanted. This is the fight that they needed to clean up the game, and this is the fight that ends it all here. For IG, no more undefeated teams here at MSI. The dream is over. SKT find their victory.
And you know, Mark was sweating because he had the 90% prediction.
I was waiting
No
for
team
it.
would go undefeated. It comes down to the last game of the group stage. IG 9-1, obviously still comfortably in first. SKT, they end the group stage on a 4-0 run where they completely demolish pretty much all 4 squads. So yeah, SKT is rolling now heading into those best ofs, and it's going to be SKT versus G2. Surprise, surprise, IG picked Team Liquid.
Hey, well, first off, on the
Shocker.
undefeated part, I was worried I was going to have to be praying for a Wang Xion appearance here for IG to throw there, but it is SKT coming through strong, getting the victory here. You're right, getting those 4 wins in a row now. This does seem to be the SKT that didn't have the early meta read, or didn't have the good reads early enough on these teams at the start of the tournament, find their strength now, and are pushing on through.
And we will be previewing both of those semifinal matchups later on this week. They should be both exciting. I would be pretty darn surprised, though, if Liquid managed to take a single game off of IG. No surprises there. That's it today, though, for League Unlock. Eric and Mark with you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.